Welcome to Follow the Money. I'm Eric Bowling. The tax cut deal or no deal is being cut ping pong style. The House and Senate kicking it back and forth while the rest of us just wait. Look at the title of this version of the tax cut bill, the Senate amendment of the House amendment of the Senate amendment. What? Hey guys, the latest poll shows 56% of Americans are in favor of the extension of the Bush tax cuts. That's called a majority, so let's get that done. The same poll says most Americans put tax cuts ahead of the deficit in importance. Get those tax cuts done, even at this late date with the clock ticking on the biggest tax hike in history. Senate Democrats have their own alternate tax package, a package that won't get the job done either. Listen. Get the tax cuts done. America spoke loud and clear last month. Get our taxes lowered or get out of town, and those are Bowling's bullets. Let me bring out our all-star panel. On the left, Mr. Alan Combs, Fox News contributor, and on the right, Guardian Angels founder Curtis Sliwa, former White House press secretary, and Fox News contributor Dana Perino, radio talk show host David Webb, and joining us tonight, a very special guest, Mr. Congressman Tom McClintock of California. Congressman, I handed you that document. That was page 1 of 76. Back and forth and back and forth. They call it sweeteners. They call it the Christmas tree. What's going on?
Remember what Bismarck said, that those who love sausage or respect the law should not watch either being made. Unfortunately, that's the process in Washington, and that's one of the mandates the new Republican majority has to restore some structure and predictability and transparency to the decision-making process. And now it's pretty much you make it up as you go along, according to Nancy.
Yeah, but Congressman, we had Charlie Rangel on, Representative Rangel on last night, and he said if the Senate passes a bill, looks like that bill will at least pass the Senate sometime next week, middle of next week. If they do pass it, it goes back to the House. He said, well, they didn't talk to any of the leadership in the House, so we're going to want to mark it up again. At what point? You only have a few more days to get this thing passed before the end of the year.
Quite right, and I think there's going to be enormous pressure on House Democrats. You've got a sizable portion of them that do want to see this go through, combined with the Republicans. That's a clear majority. And you have all other sides agreeing. You have the White House, you have the Senate Republicans, the Senate Democrats. That puts Nancy's group pretty much out on a limb.
Dana Perino, you wrote an article today about the relationship between the American people and the president. Where do we stand on that?
Well, I've been watching this since last September because I realized that America's relationship with any president is like a marriage. And marriages are a lot of work. A lot of you probably know that, right? And so starting in September, I gave some relationship advice that America should nag him less, support him a little bit more, give him some room to run, and that he should try to listen more and maybe stop playing golf every weekend.
But now, isn't that what he's done with this latest maneuver? I mean, this isn't really cheating on America at all. This is kind of like
no, I'm not suggesting
more
that.
Faithful to
I'm not
America.
suggesting that. Well, except for how he handled the rollout of his own deal, which really was, I think, will go down as one of the worst communications blunders in politics.
He's cheating on the Democrats.
Well, that's what actually, in the piece I wrote today, it said that I said on Monday night when they found out that the Republicans had cut this deal with the White House, that it was like finding out that your boyfriend was breaking up with you on Facebook, and that he was dating your best friend.
Right.
And so a lot of it is in how you
Obama's breaking up with the Democrats on Facebook.
That's very weird. I like the way Dana put that. That's probably true. Look, the Democrats would be smart to jump on board with this. This is a good deal. It is being pragmatic. Obama has proven that he's not a left-wing radical ideologue, but rather a pragmatic president who's willing to make a deal for what's good for the American people. And I wish my fellow Democrats.
Dave or Curtis, Dave, jump in here. If this deal doesn't get done.